All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads. So we're going to be going over coming soon marketing and lead generation. This is an awesome status where if you got a listing that's coming soon and you want to market it, get more sellers, get more buyers from it, it's a phenomenal status. If you do not have a coming soon listing, stay with us because this will be good for just general listing marketing. So what we're going to go through today will be appropriate for anybody because we do want to make sure that every single week we are marketing a listing, ours, borrowed, new construction. That is, listings are content that attract more buyers and sellers than almost anything else. So if you market any listing with listings to leads, whether it's coming soon, just listed, active, all right, open house, loved open houses, had a client this weekend. Man, last weekend, the client got 3 buyers with listings to sell. Another client yesterday pinged me, Saturday night pinged me. He had an open house on Saturday. And man, he got a buyer came through, right? We send out the letter, the nearby homeowner letter. One of the people came through, buyer lead came through who owned a home, got the letter, owned a home, had a listing appointment yesterday. Haven't heard back from him. I think he probably got it from doing an open house. All right. And so what we're going to teach here is very similar to that. All right. So we're going to be able to get seller leads, get listings, get buyers from marketing a coming soon listing. And again, if you do not have a coming soon listing, that's fine. Stay with us because a lot of the stuff that we're going to cover will relate to all listings. So with that, get yourself over to Listings to Leads. If you're not a client, sign up for a free trial, log in. Always go through the Get Started wizard. You will see it usually in the top right of your dashboard if there's anything outstanding to get done. And that way we're going to make sure that all of the tools, all the ads, the social media posts, everything else works properly. And again, you're normally going to see it if it's not completed in the upper right-hand side on the dashboard when you first log in. So let's go to listings because we're going to be marketing a coming soon listing. Now, coming soons, sometimes they come in through the MLS. So if your MLS sends out coming soon listings, then it will come into Listings to Leads. A lot of times you might have to add it, which in a way is a good thing because that means you are going to get even more exclusive marketing from that listing. When the listing is on Zillow, it's on Truly, it's on everybody's website, it's on everybody's email, you don't have the exclusivity. People don't have to go through you to get the information about that listing. And that's what's so beautiful about coming soon, if that's something that you do. And again, stay with us even if you're not doing coming soon, because the tools, all right, are still going to be very applicable to all statuses. But the thing about coming soon is you've got all the eyeballs, right? So it's why Compass is doing such a big deal, right? About their, what do they call that? Their exclusive listings, right? They got some sort of trademark name on that, I think. And they're doing that because they know that they are going to get a lot more leads for their agents by doing this, right? They think they're going to double in more deals. Who knows? But regardless. So if you have to add it manually, click Add Listing Manual. We do have a draft status, so that can be helpful, right? You're adding the listing and maybe you don't have all the photos yet, or you don't have the final price point or whatever it is, right? We do have draft, but then either now or later, we'll change it to coming soon. Add all the information as appropriate. For here, this is the date that you plan to go live in the MLS. So just list a date. That also means what date are you going to go live in the MLS. So go ahead and just select whatever that's going to be. If it's not your listing, check that. But if you are the listing agent, then don't check it. Address, basic features, the property description. On the next page, you're just going to save and add photos, or you're going to upload the photos that you got. And then you will be dropped off in the market listing section. So as soon as you add that listing, it will drop you off, not on the dashboard here where all your listings are sitting, but it's going to drop you off on the market listing page right here. So as soon as I add a listing, no matter what status, it's going to drop me off on the overview. Here you can see I've got a checklist. Highly recommend the checklist. I was talking to a client actually last Wednesday, and she said, I love the checklist. And so here's the checklist. We have 14 of them. There's 14 different marketing checklists in the system. So here you can see we're going to roll through social media, free and paid. Go through your database. We got emails, call script. If you're the listing agent, we got a tool for the seller. And then we're going to walk through farm and circle prospecting. So we are going to generate a lot of great leads. And really, you're only bound by the action or the money that you're going to spend. In fact, this week, let's click on, I'll tell you, before we go to the marketing step-by-step guide right here, click learn more. And I do recommend this the first time through. You might be watching this video right here on this page as the updated coming soon video. But if you go through this, every item on this page right here corresponds with the market listing. So you'll see here Facebook and Instagram ads, just like in market listing. And there's little videos that we put here to help you out, just get a little more background. I talk about automating your follow-up. You always want to make sure your follow-up is automated, whether you're using the follow-up in listings to leads, which I get a lot of great feedback on, or you want to send it to your CRM. All right, so if you want to send it to Lofty, Brivity, Bold Trail, right, whatever your CR Interactive, Follow-Up Boss, get those leads where you want them, all right, either your CRM or ours. And then you're going to see here social media postings. Now, the only thing I want to point out to you, the only thing that is not on the checklist, but it is on the step-by-step guide, is right here. How to do an Instagram and Facebook story, TikTok, YouTube shorts, and where allowed, how to include a poll or links. So check this out right here. Click here to see examples. So I'm going to click here. And, oh, wait, why am I not logged in? Normally I'm logged into, that's weird. A little bit later, I don't know what happened on my phone. It logs you in right away, obviously. But do make sure to come back and check this out later, because you can see here from the screenshots, these are, and you can use any photo you want. You can just use a regular photo. In the videos here, how to do Instagram story with polls. If you click that, there's a video where I walk you through. And then right here, how to do TikTok with polls. And again, you can click there. And here's a video about TikTok. I've got another one already on YouTube, which we'll go to. All right, so check both of those out. Those are phenomenal. And these are free ways of doing it. I recently did a blog post, listingsalades.com/blog, where I talk about doing one story a day. So for 5 days in a row, to do a story for open house. In fact, let's go find that real quick. Let me show you this post, because you can do this with coming soon. And I encourage you to get a little bit more, what's the word I want to use? Thoughtful or imaginative or outside the box right here. Instagram stories, open house campaign for free leads, engagement, yours or borrowed. You can do this with coming soon. You can do this with any status of listing. And the idea here, if you scroll down, 5 stories in 5 days, any listing, yours or borrowed. If you get permission to market a listing, or you got a new construction in your area that you can market, 5 days, 5 stories. And of course, in every story, we're going to have a poll. We're going to have a link where we can generate leads. Day one, so let's do Monday. All right. What is that listing you're going to market this week? Whether it's coming soon, I don't care. Open house, pending, just listed. It's an active listing. You've had it for 5 months and you can't sell that listing. I don't care what listing it is, but whatever listing you're marketing this week, go through and do this, but do it as appropriate for your status. So day one, front of the house. And again, you can click here and it'll actually show you the story. And you can see there's a poll, there's a link. Day 2, we're going to show off the kitchen. And again, here's day 2 poll. In the previous video, I just was showing you the video. I walk you through how to do this. In fact, right here on top of this page, I link to the same video. Day 3, we're going to show off the living room or main living area. And the link we're going to use here that I recommend is the Ultimate Guide to Buying a Home. So that landing page link is in your Listing So Leads account. And in these screenshots here, I'm showing you where the links are. Day 4, primary bedroom. If the primary bedroom isn't really something that's photographic, man, it looks good in photos. How's that? Then find something else. Every home may be a little bit different, of course. And then day 5, we're going to show off the backyard. Here's the poll for the backyard. And we're going to link to, if appropriate, the down payment assistance landing page. So 5 stories in 5 days. Go to listingsaleads.com/blog. And you're going to see that story right here. Instagram stories, open house campaign. But again, I want you to take whatever status your listing is in, and you can do that 5 days and 5 stories. Oh, wow. Good to see everybody. I didn't realize so many people are logged in with us. Sandra, Victoria, Julie, good to see you. Awesome. Good to see so many people. So let's get to it. Facebook and Instagram ads. I think I mentioned a little bit earlier, the average cost per coming soon Facebook lead, name, email, phone number, and purchase time frame was about $3.22. Is it a $3.12 or $3.22? But it was low threes. To do an ad, location will autofill. So just confirm it. You can add location if you want to, though I really recommend that you don't. Unless you're in a second housing area, like maybe you're in Florida, you want to attract Chicago or whatever it is. You can add. So I could say, give me Chicago. We have a lot of Chicago people that migrate here. So I want to include them. But here's the problem. I just increased my audience, Chicago, my gosh, by about a factor of 20. But if I'm not increasing my budget, Facebook will show my ad to 2. It'll show 2 people, but it's going to show so few times that I'm not going to generate a lot of leads. And so I would recommend, if you're going to add locations, you've got to add to your budget. So add $35 per location so that you're not spinning your ad too thin. But for 90% of you, 95%, just leave, right? Because we're going to do a plus 15 miles anyways. That's a special housing ad category, unfortunately. We're going to do a lifetime budget of $35 by default. I highly recommend. All right. Here's a problem that most people have. The problem that most people have is not bad leads. We know leads are going to be whatever. All right. That said, 80% of the leads have good contact information from Facebook. We're talking from Facebook. The lead ads, 80% have good name, email, phone number. 80% also don't want to talk to you right now. They just want information. They want to see the photos. They want to see the price of the property, whatever it is. They just want the information. They don't necessarily want to talk to you. So the problem is people get discouraged and they start questioning themselves. They start questioning what they're doing. And when the problem is you're not generating enough leads. And so I would highly recommend bumping that up to $50, maybe even 70, because your goal, all right, let's imagine $3, that's $70 or $3 cost per lead, $70 budget. If you generate, what is that going to be, about 30 leads, 10, 20, 23 leads, let's just say, and that's just average. These are just average number, 23 leads. Out of 23 leads, 1 to 3 are probably going to connect back with you pretty quickly, right? Just the laws of number. Now, the rest of them should be in your CRM. They should be followed up with. Just because they don't talk to you the first time you reach out or even the third time, right? What are the averages? They always say it takes an average of 8 to 12 touches before people get back to you. So 8 to 12 touches. But here's the deal. If you think of a bell curve, there's always going to be leads that fall on the quick side. And I've talked to people, they generate a lead and they connect with them, and the lead's got a property to sell and they want to go look at, they're out ready to go looking, they're pre-approved. The problem is, again, you're not generating enough leads. That's the problem. Again, we know leads are random, but again, all the time, every week, every couple of days, I'm talking to people that are getting buyers, they're getting sellers from doing these ads. So again, I would recommend bump that up to $50 to $70 for the week. The other thing I want you to be thinking about is this image template. A couple of different things you can do here. One is make sure every week I get an agent complaining about their ad costs. And invariably, almost every single time when I look at their images, it's a really bad template. And but not bad the images in the template are bad. Either they got the same 4 images in the template, so it looks weird. Wow, what happened there? Or they're just bad photos. So a couple of things here. One is if you've got a Canva image or a custom image from somewhere else that you really want to use, go for it. Just click change image, upload it. You can use whatever image you want. Secondly, you can edit this one. So I can click change template. And there's 2 different options here. I can use the slider and select from one of 21 different templates that we've got down here. Alternatively, there is an edit button right there on the top left of the image here. It says edit. And if I click it, I can now change any of these photos. So there's 4 photos in this template. This template is amazing. This usually, when I look at the best cost per lead, it's this template right here. Not always. Sometimes it's just the main image, like a single image. Ads that don't perform that great are carousel ads. You know why? Because you want people, you only get so many clicks. You only get so much time with people. And so when people start clicking through a carousel ad, a lot of times they're going to, and similar to videos and similar to 3D tours, they use it to disqualify the property. I don't like that bedroom. I don't like the 3rd bedroom you showed me. It looks a little small, like it looks a little dark. Well, why are you even showing the 3rd bedroom? Right? Why is the 3rd bedroom even need to be photographed? It doesn't. Right? When you think about advertising, do car manufacturers, do car marketing, do they literally show every nook and cranny of that car? Or, all right, think about this, or do they show off the highlights of the car? So why are we not doing that with properties? When I was a real estate agent in San Francisco with 2 million, 4 million, $5 million homes, we would put 20, 25 photos on the internet. Could we have put 200? Heck yeah, we could have. But we didn't because we wanted people to, we want to show off enough of the house to get you to want to come into it. And that's why there are top agents that don't like 3D tours, because the person that can just wander through the house and never reach out to the agent or never go see it. And then what does that do for you as the agent? Right? So long story to come back to, make sure all your photos here are good. And again, be judicious. You don't need 300 photos if you don't need 300 photos. So as long as your location is good, right? Budget is good, your image is good, just click create ad. It really couldn't get any easier. Any questions on that before we go? Bill Burns, are you good? So go ahead and type in. So this is going to make a Facebook lead ad. It will capture name, email, and phone number. We can take a look at an old one here real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like and how it works. Let Facebook come up. Facebook's been a little buggy lately. So this is the ad preview on Facebook. So this is also a great link to send to the seller. And if I click show ad, and as you saw, you can even change the text in the image. So hold on, there we go. So notice I got deal of the week. And, oh, did I click a just listed? Sorry about that. Just pretend it's coming soon. What is your time frame to buy? Select, continue, name, email, phone number, continue. They will click through, view listing. So we're still in Facebook. So now the name, email, and phone number and the purchase time frame has been sent to you. The lead is now in listings to leads. Maybe it's not in your CRM as well. If you got follow-up in listings to leads activated, the follow-up will have already been sent to the lead. If it went to your CRM, hopefully that follow-up was sent as well. So here's my 3D tour. I have a community tour video, professional photos, my 100-point home marketing plan. So they get from Facebook into your listings to lead single property website. And your listings to lead single property website is essentially, right? Oh yeah, I am on a just listed. I'm sorry. Let me come back out. There we go. Coming soon. Right there. Market listing. Let's just go back here. Facebook and Instagram ad, same thing. Everything I said about the Facebook and Instagram ad previously is the same thing here, right? Location, budget, image. As long as these three things are good, you're going to be good to go. Now, a lot of you may be thinking about, well, can you retarget? Can you do all that stuff? Your pixels? Totally. If you get your pixel, I'll show it to you. It's under advanced options. You would do this when you're getting set up, and you can do this in your profile. Sorry about that. But down here, there's my pixel. And I can also retarget. So under advanced options, you don't need to, right here, retarget. But for buyer leads, you don't retarget. So don't worry about retargeting when you're doing a coming soon, just listed, active, or open house. Retargeting would be more for pending or just sold. Next up, social media post. Make sure this is getting to all your socials. So in your listings to leads profile or the get started wizard, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, and Google. So make sure you got all of them set up. One of our clients told us that his Google profile, his Google business page, the rankings for it dramatically increased after he turned on auto posting from listings to leads. And it was promoting, going to his Google business page. In fact, I like how it looks on Google a lot, right? In Google, they got the kind of a section for all these posts, which looks great, but it doesn't interfere with like your business stuff. So I really like how it looks on Google. I don't do it on Google because we got a Google business page and we have other stuff that goes there. So anyways, you can see here, let's go take a look. I can post now, connect your socials, edit the image, edit the post. This will happen automatically, typically, but you can see how easy it is. Just click the green post now button if you want. Just like in the ad, people click through. So here I've got it going to my landing page, and I would just click continue with Facebook to go to the single property website. So awesome stuff right there. Social media post. Share on social media. This is one of the most important tools if you are the listing agent. If you're not the listing agent, just pay attention so that when you are, you'll be ready to use this tool. Click the green, add the seller info here, put in the seller's email address, click send. You're about to send. Do you want to click send? Yes, I do. Now, before I get into that, click e-flyer for seller sphere of influence. Here's the e-flyer. So the social media post is going to send an email to the seller, and I'm going to come back to it. But these two tools, they work together. All right. And I'm telling you, just stay with me here. So it's going to, dear Ian. All right. I'm going to click send for that one as well. I want Ian to get both. Now here's the deal. Ian just got 2 emails, and I did too. So let me refresh my other browser. There we go. So This is the version I get as the agent. Ian got one where it started off with just Dear Ian. And this email is letting me know that my client, right, the seller, just got this email. And this is, so Ian got the part right here. Dear Ian, we're doing a lot of great marketing for your home, but the more eyes on the home, the better. I'm just reading along the top here. And so we're asking the seller to copy and paste this into their Facebook page. Sellers love it. I'm sure there's somebody in this call going, oh my God, my seller would never do this. And you are so wrong. I know you're wrong because I got too many top agents that actually come to me about this tool. In fact, there was a couple of top agents, one in particular, that really got us to do this because they were customizing all of this time after time. And they finally just asked us, they said, hey, you've got a lot of this in there already. Can you just set it up so that we can send it to our seller nice and easy? And I was like, definitely. So between this one and the second email, they're going to think you sent it. So the seller is going to think, here's Ian's version. We got the e-flyer, right? Same idea. So this is the version Ian got, and it's coming from me. So check this out. When he does a copy and paste, and he goes to his Facebook page, my seller is going to put this on their Facebook page, and they're going to share it via email. And there's one more thing. Let's see. We just had that. Oh, the image just posted. Why is it not posting now? That was weird. The image just totally showed and then it didn't show. Let's try it again. That's what I mean. Sometimes Facebook can be just a little bit weird. There we go. So once this is on our seller's page, right, the friends are going to click it. Well, first of all, the friends are going to see us, right? They're going to see the fact that we are helping their friend get their home sold. They're going to click it. They're going to click through. They're going to start liking it. They're going to start commenting on it. Right. The more of their friends that like and comment on it, the more other friends are going to see it. And so I've had clients get a hold of support on the weekends, asking support, how in the world are we generating leads when we haven't done anything? We'll find out. They put in the seller's contact information and the seller got the post and posted it. The seller got the email and shared it. And their friends started clicking through, started coming in and started filling out lead forms. Absolutely awesome. So here's the deal. Once you send these to the seller, I want you to pick up the phone and you're going to call the seller up. Let's come back in here. So you're going to call the seller up and you're going to say, hey, Ian, Scott here. Just want to let you know that we're doing a lot of great marketing of your property. Now, in this case, it's coming soon. But let's just say, let me role play this twice because coming soon is a little bit different than the rest. So with coming soon, I would just say, hey, Ian, Scott here. Just want to make sure you got the email I sent you regarding your property, because in this market, you likely know people who know people, right? The seller knows people who knows people that would love to buy a home in the area. And we don't want to leave any stones unturned. So if you can put that on your Facebook page, that would be phenomenal. I also sent something to share via email as well. Typically sellers go, wow, that looks great. I totally get your point. I totally get your tactic, your strategy. I see what you're doing. Great job. I'll get it done. Easy. You sound like a hero. You sound like a marketing expert, and you're going to get more free leads. So just make sure it gets done. Now, if the listing was just listed active open house, I would have added in the line. The first thing I would have said to them is, hey, Ian, Scott here. Just want to let you know that your home is now on Zillow. It's on realtor.com. We just did a Facebook ad. We got the social media posts. We got a lot of other great stuff going on. But since it's not on Zillow and it's not on realtor.com, you could say, yeah, I got the ad done. It should be live here in a few minutes. We just got it on all of our socials. And so I just wanted to share a social media post with you because, again, you likely know people who know people that would love to buy a property in this neighborhood. So just make sure you get those out. Next up, the nearby homeowner letter. This tool right here is one of the best tools to get seller leads. We did a client had an open house. In fact, I've had two clients with open houses. One of them, I went and I door knocked with her. She had a couple of nice conversations with people. And for most, it was 11:30 a.m. on a Wednesday. So an odd time to go door knocking, but it was just her schedule. That's the only time she had available. And the main goal was in fact, let me show you. For the nearby homeowner letter, if you're going to door knock, we used these. And so we just tri-folded the letters, and we tri-folded the letters. And see how it's got the little hole for the door handle? So she would knock on every door, and 80% people weren't home. Because again, it was like 11:30 on a Wednesday. Although we did run into a few people who were walking, it was actually interesting. Probably maybe three or four people we caught as they were either coming in or coming out of their garage in their house. And they were all super friendly because of an odd time of day, maybe. And so I was with the agent, we were walking and talking and everything. And so when we would run into people, yeah, she had nice pleasantries with them, would invite them to the open house. But again, for the most part, we would drop the flyers off on the door. And she does a lot of door knocking. She said she loves knocking. So obviously it's very successful for her. Now for the letter, they do sit in an editor, although I really don't recommend much editing, except for one, which you may just notice how I can come in here and reformat that a little bit, because the sentence by default will not know where the best place to break is. So before I just download the print, I'll just hit that line if I need to. It looks beautiful. And again, now, if this was pending or sold, in those trainings, we talk more about editing. So for example, the listing was pending. We might say, this home went into contract 23 days with a 100-point home marketing plan. They got this property in front of 5,453 people, that kind of a thing. Again, when it just sold, different version of the same idea. Coming soon, you don't need to do much edit. I'm going to download this either PDF or JPEG. So if you want to print this yourself, you can. A lot of people do. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just print this at their home office, right? At their home. And in fact, if you click on success stories, look in the bottom left, I'm going to right click, open in a new tab. And the reason I want to show you this is this letter, how people use it. So here she just printed and tri-folded and hand addressed the envelopes. This guy, he's got a whole setup. This guy has done so well that he actually built an entire setup in his office of print, like literally it even stuffs and folds the envelopes. He's got the font where it's handwritten font. And I think the only thing he does is he puts on the stamps, right? Or has someone do the stamps, but maybe, I don't know. Anyways, Bernadette here, she did the whole print door knock routine. So there's so many ways. Here's the deal. You just got to get them to the neighbors. You got to get them to the neighbors. That is the biggest thing. There is a couple of options for mailing. Now, if you're using a program like Redx or My Plus Leads, if you've already got an account with them, you can go in there. And if you want to do a mailing, you can do search, and you could pull a list of 100 homes likely to list, right? 10 plus years ownership, maybe, right? Do your filters, get a list of 100 homeowners. You might even want to skip trace against the DNC because we do have a script to use as well. But if you're serious about getting more listings, that nearby homeowner letter at any status is what you want to be doing. Now, coming soon is a phenomenal one because again, it's not in Zillow. It's not on realtor.com. Another agent didn't send it to them in an email. So what you can do here, pull a list on My Plus Leads or Redx, right? Neighborhood data, search, put in the property address. You can come down here, run some filters, generate list, right? And you'll see one of the big filters here is literally likely to list, right? Probability of sales. All these programs are a little bit different. You may have Red X. That's awesome. I'm not here to sell any one particular program because they've all got their pros and cons. They've all got their fans. So that being said, you can pull a list. I can skip trace it so that I can then mail and call the same people. So now imagine I got a list of people. I've downloaded the letter. And if you want to use a mailing service, there's Zaire Mail, ZAIR mail.com is a good one. I've never used it, but I've talked to people who have, including Dustin Fox, who uses it. Mailbox Power is another popular mailing platform that a lot of people use. So I just want to show here how easy this is to send out. I'm literally going to walk you through doing this. Saved projects. Now, I am not a Mailbox Power support person, so just create new project. My goal here is just to show you that it's pretty straightforward. You can always get Mailbox Power people for support help, but I'm going to click on letters, flyers, and certificates. And then because you want this letter to look as personal as possible, so I want a handwritten font, I want a first-class stamp envelope, I'm going to click view details, and it's under double-sided. You cannot use single-sided letter. So if you're watching this video, do not select single-sided because that will give you the machine style font, not the handwritten font. You got to go here to double-sided, personalize, coming soon nearby home, and I'd put the property address there. Because what I'm going to show you here, I could have teased this so much better. I'm going to show you how to use a dynamic URL, a dynamic QR code. It's so awesome. So here's our canvas. Now we're only going to use one side. I'm going to go photo, upload photos. Here's that letter, nearby homeowner letter right there. And there we go. And I'll just drag it over. Boom. Good to go. It gives that little error. Don't worry, but it's fine. I've confirmed with Mailbox Power people numerous times on that just to make sure. No problem. So now, but see the QR code? I'm going to change it out. So check this out. I am going to go back to photo. And then in the top right, it gives me this little add photo template or add photo box. And we're going to do that first. We're just going to make it relatively the same size as this. So that's where we're going to drop the QR code. So back to photos. And oh, no. So upload photos. Go to back. So what we're looking for here is dynamic images. And the beauty, and here's why we're doing this. We're adding a dynamic QR code because now when this letter gets delivered and somebody scans that QR code, we're going to be notified. And we're going to know exactly who scanned that QR code, even if they don't fill out the landing page that it goes to. So one more thing we're going to do before I am done here for this part. I'm going to zoom in. I want to make sure that is a square. So in the very bottom right, there's a zoom out, zoom in. Just zoom in. And I can use this little tool to make it centered. And I just want, here I can see the left and the right. It might be a little hard for you to see if you're watching this on a monitor, but when you do it yourself, you'll notice what I'm talking about. And now I'm good to go. So I just stretched the sides a little bit. And now I can see, right? When you look at a normal QR code, you know how there's like the white border around the QR code all the time? That's all we're looking for. I just want to make sure there's a little bit of a white border. Again, get with Mailbox Power or the printer support where you're at. Then it's just save and exit. and I'll just navigate on to adding my mailing list and sending it out. So there's my coming soon nearby homeowner letter with a dynamic QR code. Absolutely awesome. Because now this way it's really cool because even if they don't fill out a landing page or a QR code, I'm still gonna know who scanned the QR code. Now they can send a text, they might go to the URL, but this letter gets so many great seller leads. We do have postcards and door hangers. So if you are more inclined or would rather do a postcard or a door hanger, you can do the same thing. I like the letter just because I like door knocking. I would, in fact, I had a great time door knocking with her. Again, it was a little bit of an odd time to door knock. I would have preferred to have door knocked in the, especially now with daylight savings in the afternoon or evening. Always be safe. Always, I think it's just better to have somebody with you. Just door knocking too was random, no matter where you're at. We're in a good neighborhood and everything, and there was no problems. So I didn't need to be there. But between being able to chit chat with somebody, because it does take a couple hours, got my steps in, right? I didn't need to go walking that day because I walked a nice leisurely. Now, if you want to power walk and get your walking partner with you for the door knocking, go for it. I also love door hangers. I think the door hangers are phenomenal. Again, the door hangers and postcards all have the QR code, the property photo, the URL, the text codes. So here's that door hanger. And you see that white area, like I was talking about around the QR code, that white border. So that's all that we were paying attention to. Circle prospecting script, all of you using a Red X, all of you using My Plus Leads, Prospect Boss, any of those kind of programs, leverage your account with them. So pull that list of people, even if you're going to door knock. Let's say, Scott, I really want to door knock. Should I still call? I would still call. Maybe not everybody you call will have gotten the letter, but you can still call through and invite them to get more information about the property, especially if you got the text ID, you're using the text codes. Because that way, when you're circle prospecting, maybe they didn't get the postcard or the letter or the door hanger. Maybe they threw it away. They don't remember it. But now when I call and I'm circle prospecting around that property, if I subscribe to the Listings to Leads text service, I can let them know. If you don't have the letter, you threw away, or you don't have the postcard, or you didn't get the postcard, you can feel free to text 10009 to 25678 to get the virtual tour sent to you automatically. So every listing will have a text code with it if you're subscribed to the Listings to Leads text service. So definitely recommend that. So circle prospecting, 100%. Next up, e-flyer for your database. Make sure you're using the Listings to Leads e-flyer. This is designed to pull seller leads out of your database, to pull buyer leads out of your database. It's way better than your IDX or MLS emails. I will send it through Follow Up Boss first, and then I'll send it through Listings to Leads. So you can send it through, I think, pretty much most CRMs, click copy code. If your CRM doesn't offer this functionality, I would probably change CRMs because it's such a basic functionality. So go to wherever, so here's Follow Up Boss. So go to wherever it is that you're going to send out an email. And there's a little button at the end of this row. See that row above the editor? And at the end of the row, it says Insert HTML when I mouse over it. So click it, a little box appears. Let's do that again. So I'm going to click it. And then in that box, I'm going to paste. So I copied from Listings to Leads, and then I pasted here, insert. And now we got a beautiful e-flyer. And when people click that image, they're going to go to the single property website. Here, they're going to go to the landing page. And there's a little code here. So if you see something like this, let our support team know. I just noticed that this morning, and I told my team, I was like, hey, let's make sure we get that. There we go. Perfect. Got my signature at the bottom. I can make that look a little bigger. There we go. Make it easier to see. So again, here's the top of the e-flyer. I got my subject line, and get that to your database. I would send this to all of my leads. Now I'm going to click send test email, and I'm going to send myself a test email, and let me go pull it out. Give me a second here. Pull it out of my other monitor, bring it over. You can take a look at it. And I want you to send a specific email to your database of whatever listing you're marketing this week, whether it's a coming soon, like we're talking about here, whether it's a listing that you're going to borrow, could be any status, could be a new construction that you got permission to market. I want to use this email right here because this is not like there's new listings available, right? No, that's not the same thing. The thing about this one is you are talking about one specific listing, and that you are, quote unquote, in this model, in charge of marketing it. The difference, what it does is, this is about you specifically. This is not about just listings at large. And I want my buyers, I want my sellers, I want everybody in my database to be thinking about me as an active participant in buying and selling real estate. And just sending a list of available properties that goes out every day at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, great. I know you're alive and you're breathing, but when I get this email from you, much more specific, much more intentional. And so if I click here in the email, that beautiful single property website comes up. And again, we've talked through this. And if I click this in the e-flyer, then the what is your home worth landing page, right? Property valuation landing page comes up. If I go back to the email, my signature my listing lead signature, click for my reviews, and I got my client review website from Listing Leads. So awesome stuff right there. Your client review website from Listing Leads. Man, if you're not using this, you should. Absolutely powerful, beautiful agent website there. So get this e-flyer to your database. Now, if you are using Listing Leads, you can click send now, and you can send it to all your leads in Listing Leads. So I can send all my buyer leads, all my seller leads. Again, I would send this to all of my leads. And why? And really a couple of reasons. Excuse me. Oh, hey guys, can you hear me? Let me know. Let me see. Mike. All of a sudden, I just realized that it showed that the session expired. I apologize for that. Bill Byrne. I have it coming soon with the 4.9. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Nice. Yeah, Bill, love to hear more about that one. If you want to, go ahead and ping me. Can you show us all Google paid? Don't do Google paid for a listing that's for sale. It's not a good use for your money. Can they also post that sellers? Yeah, they can. It's a little bit harder for them. They can just copy and paste into Facebook. For Instagram, they're going to have to upload. So you could totally have them do it, right? If you want to, but if they're not that savvy about Instagram, it's going to be a little bit harder for them. But yeah, I would say for sure that if your seller, they're big on IG and you want to recommend to them that they post on IG as well, yeah, that's fine. Database called Crypt. So another amazing tool here. Email your entire database. I would, right? I want to email my entire database. And then I'm going to call through 5 to 10 people, right? The more conversations you have with people, the more deals you're going to get. And even in the beginning, if you're not completely comfortable talking to people, you're only going to get better one way. You're only going to get better by having more conversations. So if you're not great at having conversations, if you're shy about it, if you're nervous about it, just do more of them and you'll get better and you get more comfortable with it. There's really no two ways around it. Start calling people. That is why having RedX or My Plus Leads can be so powerful, because it gives you people to call and a reason to call them. Do you hear what I just said there? It gives you a reason, gives you the information. And with Listing Leads, now I got so many reasons why I've got the opportunity to call people in a way that is not going to get me hung up on all the time. What we don't want to do is call through a farm without anything of value or what we think is value, but the homeowner doesn't. I can guarantee you, not every single time, but more often than not, more often than a lot of other methodologies, doing the circle prospecting around a listing like this with using this script will be a lot better than a lot of other things that you could be doing. And especially if you're doing an open house. That's why I love open houses. All right. Because open house, just like I was door knocking with that client the other day, it was interesting. I could tell that homeowners had the idea, like, because I tell you, there's no other listings in the whole area. I didn't see one other listing for sale. In fact, God, now that I think about it, that was weird. Not one other property did I see a for sale sign on. So anyways, so as we're door knocking and we're talking to a few of these people, yeah, you could just see like, they were like, oh, there's a property for sale. And like I said, a couple of times she probably had overall between people at the door, people coming in and out of the garage. And then there was a couple of people that were doing yard work. And then a couple of the people that were just walking that you could tell that they lived right there. They were all just, oh, there's an open house. And so it was just something that they didn't know. And it caused them to actually stop and have a quick little, like I said, she wasn't having a 30-minute conversation scheduling listing appointments. I'm not trying to insinuate that. But what she did do is make contact with people and gave them the flyer. And she's going to be following up with 4 or 5 of them. So anyways, short form video script, make sure to get that done. This is a great one-to-many methodology. So again, if you're not comfortable talking to people, calling people, you're still going to do it, but you're also going to do the video. This video, when you start actually posting to social media and you actually start doing videos like this, you'll actually get better. And over time, your views and your engagement will go up. This is a phenomenal script. The biggest problem most people have with video, with social media, is your lack of content. So listings to leads, pretty much every day of the week, you've got a video script. And so your Monday script is this right here. Your Tuesday script will be for a pending or sold listing. Your Wednesday script will be for a PDF guide, right? Your Thursday script will be for a dedicated seller funnel that we're going to cover on Thursday. And then your Friday script will be new construction. And then on top of that, we got other scripts that you can leverage. If you do not know how to shoot a short form video, click the blue button. You can watch the video either from here or you can rewind and go from the beginning. But in this video, I walk you through how to email, record, and post the video. So all you're going to do here, right? Short form video script. If you need to send it to yourself, go ahead and just send it to your email, watch the video, and get it done. Talking to people when they complain about, if all you're going to do is do a Facebook lead ad, you're not serious about marketing. Did you do all these other things? Right? Did you go, door knocking is almost free, isn't it? Or as long as I print up those flyers, I could literally go door knocking 2 hours a day if my business is that bad. Now, we're not doing an open house. I'll skip by the open house sign-in form. Beautiful open house sign-in form. You have a single property website, your virtual tour. You can add listing videos, 3D tours, community videos, client review videos. So many things that you can add. Here's the open house sign-in form. But we got, it's 10 o'clock. Let's wrap this up real quick. So hold with me because there's a couple more tools I want to make sure that you are dialed in on. 1, listing flyers include QR codes, text codes, and URLs. And lastly, again, if it's your listing, make sure you get the status writer. So where it says coming soon, put that on top of your yard sign. All right, put it on top of your yard sign. It's going to get people's attention. And then put this below the arm. It gets leads. It still does. Once you've got a text code assigned to a listing, it will stay with your account. So you can get these sign writers built and then just move them from listing to listing for the next year or so. Or as long as that sign writer looks good. Also, again, get the status writer like coming soon, just listed, open house, and you want to get those on your yard sign as well. You can send them to Dirt Cheap Signs here and get them printed, but you can also send them to a local sign writer company, or just give your sign writer company the text code and URL. Yeah, the text code and the QR code. You can see right here, the QR code, and get them printed locally as well. Any questions on that? Any questions on anything? All right, everybody, listen, whether it is a coming soon listing, just listed, active, or open house, what we walk through here will be relevant for all of that stuff. If you have any questions, get into the mastermind group or get with support, and we'll talk to you soon.